Hey YouTube, coming out with a Fantasy Cup team from A Shepster, who said, Alex is their name, said, "Hey Dan, want to start off by saying thanks for all the content. I've been playing for about a year now, but I managed to hit Legend for the first time last season, in large part thanks to what I've learned from your videos. As for the team, I just want to run mawile as it's really the only cup where it has play. Paired it with Whimsicott, as Whimsicott is pretty strong into anything that is meta that isn't steel, and mawile could take care of steals. Empoleon on lead is pretty flexible, and I went 9-1 with this team, but there are still mistakes and misplays. Looking forward to your critique. Turtonator can be a problem, but you can move it around it." Okay, so 9-1, pretty strong record with this team. I actually like the concept, how they actually put that team together, right? So Whimsicott is really tough, right? Because it is a core breaker, because you have a Flygon, which you basically do wall, and then you have like a Azumarill and Tapu Fini, which you can hit super effective with the seed bombs. You have a bunch of dragons, and then your only problem is steel, and then Fire Fang mawile should deal with most of the steel. So it makes sense. I guess one of the only problems could be like Empoleon, you're kind of neutral. Like I guess Whimsicott can hit neutral with seed bomb, but super effective coming at you with the steel wings, and then Hydro will probably much one shot mawile, so that can be a little tricky, but I think Empoleon's like probably the best in this meta, so not super surprised they went 9-1. Like, this is a pretty strong team overall. Let's see it in action. Ferrothorn, yeah, you just gotta kind of stay in this one. So good timing on the drill peck coming in here. So then swap and they throw, so this should be resisted. Okay, so it's a thunder, so I guess it wouldn't be resisted. Then the Flygon. So my only concern about this play, you went 9-1, so again, I'll just kind of point out where I would potentially do different here. First of all, mawile is a very scary safe swap, because with Fire Fang, stuff like Flygon and stuff here is just like a tough answers, right? So you have a lot of the meta that's kind of a tough answer. Like if they know it's Fire Fang, you see like an Azumarill that resists, Tapu Fini resists, Flygon, all the dragons resist Fire Fang, right? It makes it a little tricky to run this as a safe swap. What I also don't love is if you're going to like catch a move or come in and try and like, it's very risky to shield that move up that you just shielded up, because this is the exact scenario that I worry about if I ever make the switch. Again, switch is one of the three sort of win cons in GBL. So if you make a switch, you are vulnerable that your opponent can, not that there, I don't know if there's a super hard, I mean, there's tough matchups. Flygon is one of them. I mean, you get to a play rough, but Fire Fang's a little slow. But you put yourself in a vulnerability that something can come in and beat you. So if you burn a shield already on the front end, shielding up that thunder, you already put yourself at like a huge disadvantage going into what could be then a bad matchup. So if I'm coming in with something, unless they're gonna like stay in, I'm almost rarely ever shielding a move, because now we're down shields. Flygon's in here. You're just power punching. If they know the moves, they can just let this go. Okay, so they don't know the moves. So you would have lost this one. I'm guessing this is potentially a win now, but this is a very obvious loss, because Fire Fang is, so you're down shields. You just know the power punch. You didn't even go to the play rough and fake it. Fire Fang is, for anyone who has played against him, and again, mawile is one of those Pokemon you mentioned correctly. It does not get a lot of play outside of limited cups. So, and you're in the 2300, 23 something range that I saw. If you don't know anything about mawile and its movesets and stuff, and you see that fairy steel typing, you probably don't know how many Fire Fangs it takes to get to play rough. Now, having played mawile a few times and knowing how slow Fire Fang is, I know that to get to play rough is going to be a while. So I know that you are nowhere close to play rough. and I would not have gotten, you wouldn't have gotten a shield from me. Even though I can't count, I can just like, I know based on field that's not enough. So you probably still would have been down a shield and done very little damage to them because Fire Fang is resisted here. So, but you did grab a shield. We just got to play out the matchup how this is actually happening. They do land a Scorching Sands. Whimsicott, again, is just a wall to this thing. You don't need to worry about any move. Scorching Sands and Dragon Claw are all resisted. Scorching Sand does add up, especially on a Shadow here. So going to just commit to the farm down. Going to take a lot of damage, but that's okay. You can live. And then going to bank that energy and get a couple more here. Then having a Azumarill. And when Azumarill's on like 90% of the teams, oh, nice catch. When Azumarill's on 90% of the teams, having a super effective, a Pokemon that resists every single moves is a pretty good scenario to be in. So you'll resist everything. If it's a Hydro, probably still takes you out. Yeah, it's just a player off. Player probably wouldn't take you out because you're a non-Shadow and they're non-Shadow. I mean, Azumarill can't be Shadow, but it probably would have put you in like the very deep red. So shielding there, I don't even hate just because I know how low you can get. And we're gonna what are we gonna do? Combo here. Bubbles resisted, so the likelihood of them bubbling you down before you get to the next one is very unlikely. Yeah. So you end up winning it. I think they lost it when they shielded that Power Punch. If they keep that shield, they could potentially like farm you down with bubble and come out with a move and take you out. Heckmo, so bad lead, so you got to get out into something here. Oh wait, sorry, no, it's not. I know it has Brick Break. My mind went to counter user there, but it's not a counter user. It's a Dragon Tail user, so it's actually not a bad matchup. But going to catch the move here. This is the only problem is that you do not have a safe swap in this, and there is your punish. Yeah, you don't have a safe swap on this team, right? Mawile and Whimsicott are not, like, Empoleon is your best safe swap. You put your best safe swap on the lead. And if that's the case, I mentioned, let's just play this matchup out and then I'll talk about the safe swap on the lead. Coming in here, everything's resisted, so you probably should just let this go. Okay, Sky Attack. It's resisted. I know Mawile's super glassy though, and we're in the one shield scenario, so you're okay for that. Power Punch is super effective, but it's a Power Punch. It's mostly just ramping up these Fire Fangs. They will get to a move. So you're going to commit to this, or you're going to, yeah, you're just going to commit to this, because you'll get to another Power Punch, throw it, because you got to force this last shield, or take them out. And you do take them out, and you are going to, I saw you initially try to get out here, and then kind of maybe realizing 2 times buffed is probably one you do want to stand with. And now you can just commit to the Steel Wing down, because Dragon Tail's resisted. Okay, so you got 2 wins there. I don't know if I like how you played either of them. If you are going to play, so you're playing Whimsicott and Mawile because they counter each other out. Like, they balance each other out. And I think that's true. And then you said Empoleon's the best, safe, like, most flexible, safest in this meta. Agreed. We 100% agree on that. If you're going to run a balanced team like this, there's 2 ways you play it out. You put Whimsicott and Mawile on the lead. And if you lose the lead hard, you pivot into Empoleon. That's one way to play it. If you're going to go this strategy of using Empoleon lead, Whimsicott and Mawile can both be very, very, very punished in this meta. So you don't swap like you're doing, in my opinion. Again, this is just my opinion. You can do what you want, and people may be like, I don't agree with this, but drop the comments below what you think. My personal opinion is if you're going to run 2 Pokemon in the back that counter each other, that can also be very, very punished in this meta, you don't swap out of your safe swap that is on the lead, especially that is in neutral situations. You don't put yourself at that huge disadvantage. And a lot of them, you've been shielding up that Pokemon anyways that you're coming in with. So I just don't, personally, I don't like that strategy, but I mean, you do you. This is just my opinion, right? So this is a neutral lead with a 0 attack Empoleon. You are going to lose CMP here. Go Hydro here. Hydro's neutral because they're half ground. There's no reason to throw Drill Peck. Coming in here, again, this is just your opponent. Your opponent should be banking this energy and getting into something that beats this. There's no reason to throw Dragon Claw here. There's no reason to throw a second move here. What are they doing? I mean, Whimsicott is tough if you're running like a double fairy line. Yeah, if you're running Azumarill and Tapu, it's tough. That being said, you should not be throwing that energy on Whimsicott. They should just be immediately getting into Azumarill and getting that Ice Beam off, if they have Ice Beam. If not, Play Rough. Like, there's no reason to throw 2 resisted moves, let you farm up and just get so much energy, and now they finally get to the Ice Beam to take you out, but you've already grabbed a shield, and now, yeah, this game's over. As soon as yeah, I don't know what they were doing. Okay, good lead. They're staying in. That's fine. We will stay in and very easily take switch here if we want it. So, getting off that Drill Peck. You can take any move here. That's fine. I would just let this go. It's just an Ice Beam. They didn't even go for the Play Rough. Ice Beam is double resisted because of steel and water. Right? Yes. who am I confirming with? Myself? I'll confirm with PV Poke eventually. Going with the Ice Beam again and then give up switch into Lucario. It is running the new fast move. With the Blaze Kick. Oh, that's kind of sneaky smart. Getting that Blaze Kick for all the steals slash grass Pokemon. Kind of sneaky. Mawile coming in. Yeah, if they got Blaze Kick, you gotta shield this up. So, okay, they go Shadow Ball. Now the Azumarill comes in. Again, you're not anywhere close to Play Rough. And if you get a shield, that is just your opponent not knowing what's going on. This is rough for them. This is just instant shield for you and then just Fire Fang the crap out of them. That's fine. Shield and farm. No, we're just going to... Yeah, I was about to say, what are we doing? Are we going to pull out here? No, you just shield and farm and come out with a move. And you're already 2 times boosted, so Power Punch probably makes sense here. Just get that 3rd boost and then 3 times boosted. Oh, just going to snipe here. Yeah, okay. I think 3 times boosted would have just Fire Fanged them down. So another good lead. Let's see how they play this one out. So getting the Drill Peck off. They'll get a resistant move. Hopefully it's not the Ice Beam this time. Hopefully it's at least a Play Rough or Hydro. Okay. That just makes it easier for you to just farm up much more. So not only are you going to take this matchup, you'll take it with 100 energy. So take it out. You have a move coming out and switch. So good scenario to be in. So Turtonator is a 5-turn move and you're only a 2-turn move. So get that second Steel Wing off before you throw the Hydro. And you know what? You probably would have got to the Hydro if you fast move time optimized properly. And now we're in a kind of tricky situation here where you're against a fire and you're double weak to fire in the back. Getting off. I mean, Moonblast is only neutral. Yeah, it's not a bad bait here, and I'll go over why that's not a bad bait here. If you're willingly coming into Whimsicott, it means that you're drawing dead to this in the back. Like the Turtonator is just going to sweep this team. Because if you're coming in with a grass Pokemon into a fire Pokemon, you don't have an answer to the fire Pokemon. So if I'm the Turtonator, I'm like, oh crap, they're coming in with a Whimsicott. This Turtonator can sweep. So going for the Seed Bomb there, when you have even though Moonblast is only neutral because it's half fire, half dragon, so it's only neutral. Baiting there, you're more likely to get the shield because they're thinking in their mind, oh yeah, they're weak to this. I got to sweep with this thing. So I like that sort of bait there. Then to get this Moonblast off here, enough to not quite take out, but that's okay. They need to throw. Just, yeah. That's fine. Sacrifice this or force them to dump their energy because they cannot they cannot incinerate you down before you take them out. And what is in the back? It is a Carbink, which is doing resisted to you, but Fire Fang is also resisted on them. Going for the power up punch strategy to start instead of just like back-to-back play roughs. You kind of need to shield anything anyways. Or hoping one power punch and one play rough is enough. With a boosted, Mawile is pretty attack heavy with a boosted attack. Hoping that this is enough to take it out, and it is. That is a very underpowered. I will note 1454 is a very underpowered Carbink, so that probably helped out there. A lot of good leads, but again, I think that's just the strength of Empoleon. Going for the Hydro. You could come Whimsicott here, or Fire Fang Mawile. So here's the thing. So you got a G-Fisk. They're weak to fire, so I understand why you're coming in here. You are also weak to ground, and you basically did 5 to 6 steel wings before you got to that. Maybe 5 when they came in. So 5 steel wings to get to the Hydro, which means they're basically they're like 2 from an Earthquake by the time you eventually switch to Mawile. You grabbed a shield, which is nice. Now you're in a bait game. You're in a bait game. You're taking Super Fractor from Mudshot, but Mudshot is not a hard-hitting move. It's just a fast energy-generating move. But it is now a bait game about whether you are going to shield this Earthquake or not, whether they're going to throw an Earthquake or not. As opposed to Whimsicott, which, yes, Fairy Wind is resisted, but Seed Bomb is neutral. Earthquake from their end is resisted, so they can only throw Rock Slide. So I think Whimsicott may be easier. Because now it's a bait game, and it's how do you want to play this out. So you do shield the first one up, and they do go straight Earthquake, right? So you do win that, and when you win that, I don't think they can get to another one, especially after Power Punch. No, this will just be a Rock Slide, so you can live the. Is it a Rock Slide or is it an Earthquake? It is a second Earthquake, right? So you had to burn both shields here, and now you get hit with an Azumarill. I mean, the player off will actually do a good chip here because you're 2 times boosted, so this will do well over 50%. Whoa! Well, I knew it would do well over 50, but holy smokes, double steal. That is tough. Again, at least you got Whimsicott, because Whimsicott can kind of deal with this. You just grab the last shield. If they're smart, they're going to farm right before you get to the move. This will take you out for sure. Now the question is, can you force their energy? Okay, that's actually quite smart. Forcing their energy, because one Rock Slide will not take you out. How much energy does their Azumarill have? Because they'll get to a move here. It will not, obviously won't take you out. Will it do 50% from a Shadow? Okay, that was even a resisted move. Rock Slide is the right move because Rock Slide is neutral, but still, Drill Run resisted did 50%. So yes, you got to take this out. But they have a move, right? Yeah, they got an Ice Beam, which should take you out. They don't have an Ice Beam. They have a Play Rough. Oh, Play Rough Hydro. Do not have enough to take you out. 1 HP, get to the move. Yeah, if they had an Ice Beam, this game was over. But Seed Bomb will win the match. Turtonator. Okay, so you should be going 7 here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very nice. Hydro won't take out. And now the problem is they can take you out. Do you take this down to the 1? Do you just let it go? You're going to take this down to the 1 shield, so throw here. Okay, or throw here. That's fine. You give up a little more, but it's not that much. I assume they were going to take this in the 1 shield. At this point, you let it... Oh, jeez. Yeah, I guess you let it... yeah, I can hear myself trying to figure out what to do with the right play is here. Because I know you're... Someone could just like make a 20-minute video with all the sound effects I make with watching these videos. Okay. Steel Wing is resisted. So the odds of you farming down before they neutral incinerate you down was very unlikely. So you got a tie out of it, which is okay. Now the problem is you put yourself down 2 shields to just end up in a tie anyways. So you're now at best in an even shield scenario. No, down shields in a even energy scenario. I know why you did it, because you're double weak to fire in the back. And Fairy Wind is neutral. Fire Fang is very resisted because they are fire dragon. So that is double resisted. So you have to like try and Fairy Wind down, which would be very, very, very difficult to do. Which means you have to throw a Seed Bomb and then they could just incinerate you. So you're trying to do it down. So that's why I was making the noise. I'm like, I don't think shielding the Empoleon that low and Seal Wing is the right play. But in the back, it's not like you have a better play. Like, I think you maybe have to let that Empoleon go that low and then just get to the Fairy Wind Seed Bomb quick and take a couple incinerates. But I don't know. It's a tough matchup in that scenario. And now you just got to let Fate decide what they have. They have an Azumarill. They showed it early. I don't know why they did that. But they do have an Ice Beam. 1 Ice Beam won't take you out, I believe. So you should be okay to live this. So you get the Seed Bomb off here. You'll get 2 off, which may force a shield. Or they just may go 1 shield, whatever's in the back. So let's see. Actually, they probably won't take them out. You'll put them in the deep red, but they probably could live if they wanted to. Yeah. And I don't know if you could take them out before they get to an Ice Beam. Nice catch. That's actually a smart heads-up catch there. Knowing that they have to throw the Ice Beam right away, or else they're not going to get, or they're going to get to that. And it is a Whimsicott in the back. You Power Punch immediately. But I think even a resisted Moonblast is going to take out from this range. So they'll live a Power Punch. Seed Bomb, I don't know if it takes out. Moonblast will take out, or just about. Get the full farm down. Get the bubble. But you should be able to. Yeah, they quit, right? Yeah, because you're going to take them out. So Magnezone. They're going to have an answer to this, and it's going to be a Azumarill. Yeah, you can't come fire right away. Again, it's a very easy... When you're in a meta with only like 15 Pokemon, and a Magnezone is weak to Ground, the main one being Flygon, Fighters, the main one being Lucario and Escav, and Fire, the main one being Turtonator or Mawile, they're going to have an Azumarill in the back. There's zero option that if you're running Magnezone lead that you don't have a Azumarill in the back to deal with every single Pokemon that I just named. Azumarill handles it all, and Azumarill is widely available, and it's a number 1 ranked Pokemon. And it is bulky, which offsets Magnezone's glassiness. So you can't come with Mawile because, of course, they're going to have an answer for it. Now, if you're running like Fairy Wind Flash Cannon type thing with Play Rough, then you can come Mawile. But having a Fire Fang is just put you in such a tricky situation. You will get to a Play Rough, and you'll chip. Don't get me wrong. But they can live this and just bubble down. Now, I know you have this back on it, so you'll just be able to farm down and come out with a move. And at best, they're going to throw maybe a Hydro here to put you in the yellow. So put you in the yellow. You do farm down. With Magnezone coming in, I would throw 1 and then the move, and you do. That Volt Switch will register, and they will shield here, almost guaranteed. Can you get to another move? You can. So that's not actually the worst case scenario. I understand like you can grab shields just by farming down after, but I think you can do that with Whimsicott too. Mirror Shot would hurt. It won't one shot, but it would hurt. Now if they go back to back here because they can, what do you do? Because if you burn 2 shields, you're in trouble with depending on what's in the back end here, and you will burn both shields. Going to try and get this out of here because you don't want to take a Mirror Shot. But what's in the back? Slurpuff, and Slurpuff, if I remember, has Flamethrower, and Moonblast is not going to one-shot a Pokemon from full health here. So gets it to the red. I'm guessing this is Flamethrower, and probably enough to take you out here. Yeah. Yeah, so, like, what is this? That's so weird. Okay, sorry. I was just playing. Okay, I gotta now show this because I was just like, so I've got a bunch of crap on this desk because this is the desk I work out of, and one thing is a cord here, And I looked at my hand and it's sticky. And I'm like, why is my hand so sticky? And for some freaking reason, where's the... This thing's got a bunch of freaking... Where are we here? Like sticky something on it. And I have no idea where it came from. But it is very sticky and it is now all over my hands. It's like a Jolly Rancher or something, or something very sticky that I do not eat. So I don't know how that goes. Okay, anyways. Yeah, so I don't think you can come out well right away because they're going to have an answer for it. Next, let's go. Sorry. Okay. Going in right away. Okay, again, yes. If you're going to... I don't mind going in to this matchup right away. Where you made the mistake last time is you stayed in and got like 5 Steel Wings off. So by that time, they're almost at an Earthquake. So then it's more of a bait game. Here is very straightforward. You get in right away. They still need to get an Earthquake. They'll get a Shield. But that's all they're going to get to because you're going to you already Power Punch and then Fire Fang down with ease. And now you'll have this Play Rough coming out, which will do a huge amount of damage. And again, if they're smart, they just let this go and just try and go 2 Shield Woods in the back here. And they will, because their Empoleon's just going to kill them after. They may bank this at, or chip it with any ant they can, and then just try and sweep 2 Shield Woods in the back. That's fine. Yeah, Hydro's still going to put you in the yellow. Now try and sweep. Double Steel team. They should be throwing Rock Slide. Yeah, you got to be aware of that. You just need to be aware of the defense and attack stats of your Pokemon and their Pokemon, right? You're in the yellow. You just took a resisted Hydro that did well over 50%. So you're in the deep yellow already. So you got like what, 10, 15% health, maybe like 15%, 20% health left. A Rock Slide resisted will take you out from this range, especially against an Excadrill, which is so attack heavy. So you need to be aware that they are going to do that and throw a Hydro earlier to at least grab a shield. Like they are probably going to shield and get a Drovin off anyways, but at least grab a shield there before they do that. You'll get 2, so you may get both of them back, but still, I think you try to get that shield before. If they double shield, then you're probably going to sweep with Whimsicott with ease, so just instant swap, yeah. Because they can only throw a Rock Slide, and you should be able to Seed Bomb this neutral to take this out before they get to another move here. And then you can Fairy Wind down, I guess, or they just like, okay, they just gave up on life. Okay, good-ish lead. Flygon with, what is that new ground fast move? Whatever that new ground fast move is, you catch on Empoleon, sorry, on Whimsicott. I forget what the fast move is. Get off the Seed Bomb, enough to Fairy Wind down. I assume the Galarian Weezing is going to come in. Or, yeah, Sandslash is better to actually come in. If I think they have to let this go and just try to commit to the farm down. It's going to be close. Yeah, now you're going to come Mawile, but you're going to get burnt here. So the question is, do you burn a shield or you just let this go and come Empoleon? So you're going to burn a shield, shield up a Joran, instant take this out because it's double weak to fire, and then they decide to leave that last match. Okay, so thanks for the battles. Yeah, I think the biggest issue I have is how you play Empoleon into and these other Pokemon in the back. Otherwise, your fast move timing seems mostly on. I think you are overall okay at finding your win cons in most of the scenarios. Again, 9-1, it's tricky for me to like pull out a bunch of like, you should broke on this with a 9-1. But yeah, just like a couple of like when I would get out of leads versus not get out of leads. I think that's the biggest thing I would take away. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for this mission. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.